Good morning. Tama County Against Turbines is pleased to be on the agenda for today's public meeting. I'm John Winkelpleck, a fourth generation Tama County crop and livestock farmer.
And I'm Richard Ard. I am also a fourth generation Tama County crop and livestock farmer. We're here today to request specific action items of the Board of Supervisors on Tama County land use issues. Specifically, the first action item is for Tama County to initiate the process of updating the wind energy conversion system ordinance. That's the ordinance that you as supervisors reaffirmed without any changes since its prior approval in 2010. You most recently reauthorized the ordinance during your meeting on Monday, May 16th. Specifically, that's Tama County Ordinance 6.1. Tama County Against Turbine representatives look forward to partnering with county officials and the citizens who serve on the zoning commission to update the current wind energy conversion ordinance. Our coalition has previously provided you with examples of modern, comprehensive wind energy conversion system ordinances from Boone County, Missouri and Almer Township, Michigan, to use as a guide to better protect public safety for all citizens in Tama County. Our representatives can share other examples too as we work together to update the county's wind energy ordinance. So how soon can we begin updating the ordinance? And whom do you suggest our coalition works with in that process?
I think we addressed it last week with no comment.
I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
I said the same as last week. I have no comment.
Why do you say that?
And may I ask you why you don't have no, sorry.
Why do you say that?
Because we took action to reaffirm the ordinance that we have. And there's a reason behind that, but I'm gonna let you take your 15 minutes first and then I'll talk about it.
Okay. Are there any other reasons that you refuse to update Tama County's existing wind energy conversion system ordinance? The public would like to know, and we're listening for your answer.
Here's the second action item. We are formally requesting that you, as the supervisors, take a vote on whether the county should initiate a moratorium on the approval of any further future industrial wind projects. To be clear, and as we've asked of you previously on behalf of more than 800 petitioners, the moratorium would place a pause on the approval of any future wind projects or repowering of them for anything beyond Salt Creek Phase 1. Will you take a vote today on placing a moratorium on any future phases of wind projects for anything beyond Salt Creek 1? If not, why?
No comment.
I don't have no comment, John. No comment.
And if you're not willing to take a vote on implementing a moratorium on future wind project approval in Tama County today, when will this vote on implementing a moratorium be taken during the public portion of a Board of Supervisors meeting? We're listening and the public deserves to hear.
I'll make a brief comment after the 15 minutes have expired.
The third action item we're requesting is for the County Board of Adjustment not to issue any more conditional use permits or special conditional use permits that might allow industrial wind turbines to be placed on ag land. Since Tama County farmland is zoned as agricultural, not for industrial use, is the ag farmland in the Salt Creek project, for which the county has previously issued conditional use permits or special conditional use permits, still being actively farmed. If it is being farmed, that confirms the land is still agricultural in nature, not industrial. Therefore, the county does not have the authority for authorizing industrial wind projects, including wind turbines, towers, or pads, or any infrastructure related to them, to be permitted on ag land.
The fourth action item is for the county staff to actually monitor and enforce compliance with all areas of the county's existing wind energy conversion system ordinance, starting today. That will help to hold wind projects and those responsible for them accountable. Monitoring and enforcing the existing wind ordinance, as minimal as it is, will also help to better protect public safety of all the residents of Tama County. The current ordinance has many gaps. For example, it doesn't explain or describe a process for how complaints from the public are handled, or how the county enforces the existing wind ordinance. Despite the many gaps in the current ordinance language, we're asking for the county to begin the process of monitoring and enforcing what is the current ordinance. Then in the future, as the existing wind ordinance is updated to provide more clarity, new, improved language and more stringent requirements can be added to it through approved amendments to better protect public safety. Those amendments can be based on what is learned from other counties with more comprehensive wind ordinances that better protect public safety.
And the fifth action item is for the county staff responsible for approving wind projects to work directly in conjunction with the sheriff's office staff and those responsible for Tama County's emergency communication system to ensure that the siting of current wind project pads and potential turbine locations doesn't interfere with the county's new emergency communication system or any other signals, including Doppler radar, radio, TV, or cell phone signals. To do that, the county staff responsible for accepting applications for wind projects or phases of them needs to verify before any application is considered or approved that the application includes the exact, specific, total turbine height with the blades fully extended for each specific proposed turbine and proposed specific location. That information needs to be supplied in full, exact details up front before any application for approval of a wind project in any phase or form are considered by the county.
If that specific information for each turbine is not included in the application needs to be denied until the information is supplied in full. We're asking the county to ensure that all the complete and necessary detail is fully provided by any developer seeking any sort of permit or approval from Tama County for a wind project. County officials must verify that those complete details are fully provided on written public record before any wind projects are considered for approval, and also before any construction of turbines is allowed to proceed.
The sixth action item requested is for the county auditor's staff to consistently keep and promptly and permanently publish online on the county's website at tamacounty.iowa.gov the complete minutes for all Board of Supervisor working sessions in accordance with Iowa Code Chapter 21 of the Open Meetings Law. This entails keeping and publishing complete minutes of all working sessions as well as all other public meetings as specified in Iowa Code Chapter 21. When will the county begin keeping and publishing full and complete minutes of all Board of Supervisors working sessions? And as required by Iowa Code Chapter 21, when will the county county keep and publish complete full minutes of all Board of Supervisor public meetings in addition to the working sessions, which are also public meetings.
So to summarize, the 6 action items we are asking you to do on behalf of the citizens of the county are: number 1, for Tama County to initiate the process of updating the existing wind energy conversion system ordinance. We remind you that Tama County Against Turbine representatives look forward to partnering with county representatives in that process. Number 2, we are formally requesting that you take a vote on whether the county should initiate a moratorium on the approval of any future industrial wind projects. To be clear, the moratorium would place a pause on the approval of any future wind projects or repowering of them for anything beyond Salt Creek Phase 1. Will you take a vote today on placing a moratorium on any future phases of wind projects for anything beyond Salt Creek 1? Number 3, we are also requesting that starting today, the County Board of Adjustment not issue any more conditional use permits or special conditional use permits for industrial wind turbines to be placed on ag land that is zoned is agricultural. Number 4, that Tama County staff continuously monitor and enforce compliance with all areas of the county's existing wind energy conversion system ordinance. Number 5, for the county staff responsible for enforcement of the wind energy conversion system ordinance to work with the sheriff's office and those responsible for Tama County's emergency communication system to ensure that the siting of current wind project pads and potential turbine locations does not interfere with the county's emergency communication system or other signals for Doppler radar, cell phones, or other communication. To ensure that wind turbines aren't interfering with communication signals, it will be necessary for the county to require upfront in any wind project approval application the specific exact total wind turbine height with blades fully extended to be specified for each proposed turbine and each proposed specific location. The end result is to ensure that before any wind projects are approved or any wind projects that are already approved are actually constructed, that no wind projects or aspects of them interfere with communications signals. Number 6, that county staff maintain and promptly and permanently publish online the complete minutes for all Board of Supervisor working sessions in accordance with Iowa Code Chapter 21.
So, what are the next steps in your consideration of these action items?
No comment.
Thank you.
Could you repeat that so the people in the back?
No comment,
Why?
because we choose not to by the advice of our attorney.
And it's, who's advising you?
Our attorney?
Okay, my attorney will advise me too.
Okay.
Okay, it's a two-way street.
Oh, that's fair.
But you know what? You are representing us. You're getting paid by us. You have to listen and say no comment. That's not an answer. There's a reason why you're saying no comment. Because you're scared. You're bought out. You made a commitment to this. You're scared to be sued. What are they? Being sued, probably. Because it was in the paper one time.
Well, I'll make a couple comments now because it's past that 15 minutes, now 20. the reason that I hope you can hear us from the back, because it seems like it just passes over deaf ears when I talk about a lawsuit, a very strong possibility of one, should we do any of the things that was requested by this group from the beginning, which was a moratorium and a change of ordinances. Now, I got this information that I'm about to give to you from Kurt Berm, who's closely, he's participating in the next wind farm and also has a lot of knowledge on the subject. But according to him, Salt Creek has invested at this point $12 to $15 million. Now, if we do either of those things, we've been told, of course, that we will be sued. Now, is that what our current debt is around 15 million. Do we want to double our debt?
Okay, then you sold us down?
Since when did Kurt Berm become the official on wind energy?
He was in here last week.
I'm aware he was in here last week.
Well, and he was.
Might have been a little hard to recognize with his cap in front of his face. I haven't seen that since they walked Bernie Madoff out of court. But I see he's not here today when I am. I don't recognize him either.
He's not half the man we thought he was.
Really?
You damn right, Larry. Time to grow balls.
Can I ask you, Larry, where did Salt Creek spend that money? Is that all in Salt Creek 1?
I don't really know that answer.
Okay, I mean, we haven't come in here trying to stop Salt Creek 1, because you've approved it. So what are they threatening to sue you over?
If we stop.
I mean, we have seen the letter from the lawyer, and basically all it said was concerning the moratorium. It did not say anything concerning ordinances.
I got one other comment before we shut it down here.
Okay,
911 communication. Those towers, if any of the wind towers interrupt that, they will either fix it or be required by our ordinance or required by law. It's on the developer.
But have you cited those tower pads and assured up front before you even approve them that they are in the proper locations not to interfere with the emergency communication signals? It's a little late to do it after the fact and much more difficult to troubleshoot after the fact. What we're asking is for the county to ensure up front, before any more towers or pads are approved, that none of them are cited that they're in conflict with disrupting the emergency communication systems, and also for the county to verify that those pads that have already been approved for Salt Creek 1 and that the turbines are also verified before any further construction proceeds to ensure that they are not going to disrupt the county's emergency communication system and that $6.6 million investment that the county has made in emergency communications. That's what we're asking. It's too late when the train has left the station. We're asking to do that up front and assure that that's done consistently up front. Is that going to take place to verify that those current pads are not in conflict with the E91 communication system?
If any part of that wind farm gives problems with the communication, it will be fixed, and it will be fixed by the developer.
And that's a little late after the fact again, because if somebody needs an emergency communication call and it doesn't go through, lives are on the line.
Our 911 director has been had a conversation with. I have no idea what it was. Do you? Anyway, he was assured the same information that we got.
Well, conversation is one thing. Proof is what the public is asking for. Proof of no conflict with wind turbines with the E911 emergency communication system.
According to the information we have, they will not, or they will fix.
Yeah, you guys don't even know who's enforcing the wind ordinance now when we've asked you that previously. So the public doesn't have a lot of confidence that that's actually the case.
and you reference Kurt Byrne is in Salt Creek just because he lives in Traer with you? I have over 900 people on a petition, and you haven't given them the time of day. Over 900.
Since when did Kurt Byrne become an attorney? I know he's a veterinarian, he's worked for us for years, but I didn't know he was also an attorney to advise you.
You're taking guidance from Kurt Byrne because he lives in Traer with you, Larry. You know what? Because he's concerned about his own pocket, his own investment, because he has money invested like the big six. We use him for a reference, but you will not give over 900 people. And due to the lack of consideration from you three, our coalition continues to grow. And it's getting stronger by the day. But I find it ironic you reference Kurt Byrne, but you will not listen to over 900 people we bring before you for over a month and a half. And the best you've got is no comment. I'm going to tell you what, guys, don't spend a dime on re-election. You don't need to worry about
You
it.
guys are one-time wonders at best.
I'm not voting for you guys. And I think the thing is,
Yep.
I'm sorry, I
Thank
think
you
you
for your
gotta do better. Don't listen. Don't consider. Hey, my farm is a century farm. No wind turbine's gonna be on it, and that's a guarantee. Because it's belonged to the state. It's gonna be a park.